Good morning, class 10. I am Gautam Ganguly from Adarsh Vidya Mandir. Today's topic is economics, chapter number 4, globalization and the Indian economy. In this chapter, first we will see what is or what are MNCs. MNCs means what? Multinational corporations. Multinational corporation means those industries or those companies which control their production more than one countries. That means they use their technology from one country, they use the raw material from another countries, they hire the laborers from another countries. You know that India and the China, these both the countries are the destination of MNCs. Why? Because here they get cheap laborers, cheap rate of raw materials. For that reason, MNCs come to our country. And Indian government also given some special facilities to MNCs to set up their industries in special economic zone. Special economic zone, which is shortly called SEZ. SEZ means special economic zone. Here, all the facilities required for the production of any company which are given in these areas. As for example raw material, market, labor, water, electricity, road or transportation facilities, and even the labor laws are also relaxed in these areas, and some relaxation for tax also. For initial 5 years, they did not put any tax to the government if they set up industries in special economic zones. That's why in Rajasthan, RICO, in Gujarat, GIDC, in Maharashtra, MIDC, these are the areas which are called special economic zone. In this zone, all the infrastructures are available to set up the new industries. The MNCs are set up in our country. Why? Because of availability of raw material, cheap labor, and another facilities like market. So all the factors which are needed for the industries are available in our country. For that reason, MNCs are set up. Next one is investment. Investment means what? When any company invests their money for purchasing building, land, machines, or other requirements which is needed for the economic development. Investments are two types. First one, investment by Indian companies, and second one is investment by foreign companies. When MNCs are investing the money, that is called what? Foreign investment. When foreign investment comes to our country, naturally our economy, our GDP also increased. Next one, foreign investment. So investment, when Indian company invest in our country, that is Indian investment. When foreign companies like MNCs, they invest money for building, for material, for any other infrastructure, that all are called foreign investment. Next one point is globalization. What is globalization? Globalization means interaction of international trade or interaction of economy between more than two countries, that is called the globalization. Globalization, what are the factors of globalization? There are three factors of globalization. First one is technological development or technological know-how. Second point is liberalization. And third point is trade barrier. Let us discuss these points. First one, technology. Technology means here the help of internet, mobile phone, fax, computer, and other automatic industries. These all are combinedly improve the situation of industrialization. We know that today, by the help of internet, mobile phone, fax, now order can be placed easily, taken from another places, or you can easily ask for raw material from another places. Both are important for the industrial development. and it also minimizes the time. Next one is liberalization. Liberalization means the industries are given liberty to open the new industries. That means the easy licensing process. Second thing, easy taxation. That means the trade barriers has been removed for Indian companies after 1991. So trade barrier is also one point. What is the meaning of trade barrier? Trade barrier is when the government impose on tax or relax on tax, that is called trade barrier on import or export. Indian companies after 1991 they are given relaxation for a trade, and earlier before 1991 or after independence to 1991, in this time the foreign trade was very taxable, and that's why the foreign companies did not invest that much to our country. After 1991, the huge number of MNCs came to our country for the investment in industries. So what are the impacts of the globalization? The impacts of globalization are, first one, greater competition among domestic and foreign producers. Greater competition means here, the earlier only domestic markets or domestic producers compete with themselves. Now they are competing with the international market or international companies or products of international companies. That's why, that means we can say the Indian companies now get the chance to compete with the world market or international market. Next, foreign producers also get a chance to our country or get chance to sell their commodities in our country. Next one, the wide choices. Now you can see in the market the wide choice is there for any commodity. And third thing is reduction in prices. Earlier the prices was huge, but now because of availability of different products, the prices has been reduced. Then increase foreign trade. Then establishment of production units. Nowadays you can see all the cities are having huge number of units for the production of any commodity. Then employment opportunities also created because of investment of MNC. Rise Indian companies. Many Indian companies also arise and they also march with the MNCs for their production. Next, new services also adapted. As for example, you can see the call center. Next, role of WTO. What are the role of WTO? WTO is the organization which control the international market, international trade. It has its own rule which control the world market or world technological development and world trading. Now, fair globalization is also required. For the fair globalization, what is required? Fair labor laws also needed to impose. From the government side, there are some techniques, there are some policies to develop for fair globalization. Because WTO rules are not always in favor of developing countries, it is in favor of developed countries. Because the main leaders, WTO rules are made by developed countries. Labor laws are now flexible and better for the labor from the exploitation of the WTO or any other producers. Then improve producers, especially small producers, MSME. Then protect from the trade barriers and concession for developing countries. And now the WTO rules are becoming fairer. The WTO rules are also developing now for the developing countries to protect the developing countries, the government also made some rules. And fight against the developed countries, already we know that WTO made some rules which are in favor of developed countries, not in favor of developing countries. That's why the government made some rules for their own factories. And some companies, here is an example of Tata Motors, Infosys, they are Indian companies but merged with MNCs and now they are flourishing. So in this way, WTO rules are imposed and effect of globalization. Here we have to learn the both negative effect and positive effect of globalization. Okay, you learn this video and note down from the video.